Hey, Dr. Natty here. Have you ever seen little kids that are playing baseball and they just keep wincing and they just keep touching their inner elbow? Because I've seen that before when I go to any baseball game. And guess what? This could be a real serious injury. I'm sure you guys heard of Tommy John's. I'm sure you guys heard of UCL. But for Little League, they are dealing with Little League elbows. So what that means is that they have inflammation right inside the growth plate that is inside the elbow. So if you don't address this, it can become a long-term problem. It can actually affect their growth plate to the point where it can no longer grow and they can actually lose some of the blood supply within this area. So a lot of people always ask me like, hey, how do I know? When is this gonna happen? What's the cost? So the biggest thing, the cost of Little League elbow, just like most throwing motion in baseball, is that it's a lot of overuse injury. So kids, when they're young, when they're adolescent, they're growing at a rapid rate. And as they grow, their bones get longer, but they don't necessarily get stronger. But what happened is that the pitch get higher in count, and they also play multiple positions. So if you have a kid that's pitching one day, playing shortstop one day, outfield one day, that's a lot of throwing. As you're a parent, you are losing count of how many throws your kids are actually doing, and guess what? They're losing count. So the biggest cost when it comes to Little League elbow is overuse. The second cost is poor throwing mechanic. Like I said before, kids are getting taller. The way they used to throw when they were at a certain height are totally different when they're at a different height. Now they have longer leverage in their arm, therefore their shoulder needs to actually work a lot harder to throw the ball. And if the shoulders get fatigued really easily because they're not as strong, all the stress is gonna go into the elbow. So that's two common costs that has to do with Little League elbow. So some advice I have in this, if you're a parent, you're a coach, listen to this, and you see your son or even your daughter going through this, is because they keep pushing forward and they keep trying to put dirt on it or throw some ice on it. So that way they can just keep going so they can keep up with the team. The best advice I can give you, sit them down, talk to them and ask them how they're feeling. If they tell you they're in pain, please take a moment, listen to them, and perhaps just take a little bit of a break to watch how they throw, to watch how they do every single thing. That's the one way to prevent this from getting worse. Again, there's so many other exercises and drill that you can do to also make the pain a little bit better and prevent this from happening, but nothing would change unless you are more aware of how much your kids are doing on a daily basis when it comes to their sport, especially with baseball and softball. So I did a really good podcast with Dr. Casey Pierce, who specializes in elbow and shoulder in throwing athletes. If you guys really enjoy it and want to learn more, click on the link below on the show note and you can actually learn more about it. And for those who want some tips on how to deal with pain and get more strength when it comes to Little League elbow or even some throwing mechanics, stay tuned because we have way more videos coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe.